fleshed out, more story-driven versions of the film, and their weapons are so awesome. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're able to check out some things that I posted over the last couple weeks. It has been a little bit of time since I posted a video, but I also shared my reaction and thoughts to the Snow White live action teaser that was released at D23 Expo recently, so check that out if you're interested. And if you're new, thank you for checking out the channel. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and thank you to the new subscribers and other people who support my channel as well. So I expected to post a video for this sooner since the director's cuts of Rebel Moon came out about a week ago, but I'm getting around to it today. So in case you were not aware, I'm sure if you're watching this video you already know or have watched the director's cuts. Both director's cuts of Rebel Moon are on Netflix. Remember, they have different titles, so you know, in case you're not sure, they do have different titles if you're looking for them on Netflix, but they do say director's cut in the title cards. And of course the rating is different and the run time. So that's also differentiators if you're not sure which one you're to select on Netflix. Of course, I was really looking forward to these because I also read the novelizations after the PG-13 versions came out. So I was really looking forward to the director's cuts. Of course, in book forms, you're always still going to get a lot more than you do on screen because that's just how that goes when you have movie adaptations. But they are a lot more fleshed out. They have so much more breathing time, breathing room. You know, they're not just like boom, 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 next, like the PG-13 ones are. They have a lot more time to tell a story. You get a lot more character story. You get a lot more just, you know what I mean? Where it's not just like one thing after another. Of course, there's a whole lot more. They're a lot more violent, mature content, adult content, you know. The fight sequence, I mean, that definitely goes a lot farther than the PG-13 version because it is rated R, but it's hard R, you know what I mean? Openings of the films are, you know, definitely different from the PG-13 versions. In a way, I wish I would not have watched the PG-13 ones. I wish I would have just waited for the director's cuts to come out, especially since they came out at the same time. You know, you could just watch them. You don't have to wait for the second one with the director's cut. But it was hard because, like, it's Zack's movies. I want to support his films. I was looking forward to seeing them. So, you know, maybe if the director's cuts, like, if we had known when they were going to come out, then maybe I would have just waited. But we didn't know for quite a while. And they came out significantly, like, a long time after the PG-13 versions. It took a while, right? But it's hard because when you've seen the PG-13 versions, yes, the director, it's still Zack's movie, the PG-13 ones, they just have to fit into the parameters of PG-13, and they made them shorter. It would have been nice to just kind of see these ones without having first watched the PG-13 versions. But I think that's on Netflix, and I think a lot of fans probably feel the same way. Like, there have been some people who have told me on Twitter and on here on the channel that they were going to wait for the director's cuts and not watch the PG-13 ones, and I respect their patience because I think that that's a better way to go into those ones. But that's kind of on Netflix. I think that fans might feel that way because they chose this rollout. And I understand they basically filmed 4 movies because there are different takes that they used for the director's cuts. Even if the dialogue and certain things were the same for the PG-13 ones, they did use some different takes because of the overall tone of the films. So they essentially shot 4 movies, not just 2 with extra footage. So I get that it's going to take a long time in post and to get everything put together, and there's only so fast you can make those movies. I get that, especially because they're good quality production and the visual effects and everything. But I just wish that they would have at least, like, if we could have had them released closer together or like released at the same time, like, we're gonna wait until all of them are done and then release all of them at the same time, and you get to pick which 2 you're gonna watch. Are you gonna watch the 2 PG-13s or are you gonna watch the 2 director's cuts? That, I think, would have been, like, it would have been worth waiting until now. Say they had it all come out right now. It would have been probably worth waiting so that way you could just pick which ones you wanted to watch. I don't like that they released them so far apart and chose, you know what I mean? I think that they could have probably done better with that, the whole rollout of the whole thing. But like I was hoping We get a lot more of each character's backstory. And that was a lot what I was looking forward to after reading the books. And pretty much for all of the characters, the main band of heroes, Cora, Nemesis, Tarek, Titus, Jimmy, Noble. Oh my god, he's the antagonist, but you get so much more of him. Even read the books because you get a whole lot more of him as well. But I gotta say that those were the things I was looking forward to the most. And there's just so many beautiful, visually stunning sequences in the film. There's so many things that remind me a lot of 300, like aesthetically and visually, as well as just Zack has this way of making things look like paintings, and there's a lot of sequences in these movies that look like that, and I love that style. I will say that Jimmy and Nemesis still are my favorite hero characters, and I'm glad that we get a lot more glimpses of Jimmy and, you know, badassery from Nemesis. But I think Noble is also one of my favorite characters, being the antagonist, especially in the director's cuts. Ed Skrein did so well just making him completely cold. He's not the kind of antagonist that you relate to or sympathize with. He talked a lot about that during press for the movie, and I think that he definitely nailed that. He's not the kind of antagonist that you feel that for, you know what I mean? He did a really good job of that. He completely owned that role, and I think his portrayal of the character was very, very, very well done. So I am glad that we've gotten now we can see the slowed down, you know, fleshed out, more story-driven versions of the film. And their weapons are so awesome in the director's cuts. Like, oh my goodness. The way that they, like, I don't even know how to describe them. Like, their sword, lightsaber type of things, they are amazing the way that they look and the way that they operate. I love those damn weapons. Even their guns. I mean, they're a lot more, like, you know, a little bit more shocking, the damage that they do. But I think they really stand out for this new universe that you're being introduced to. That's not, you know, it's an original IP, and those kind of things matter because you have to come up with everything when you're doing original IP, and I really like the way that those look. So overall, they're obviously better versions of the movies. I think we were all expecting that. Like I said, I wish the rollout would have been different because I would have just chose to watch these ones. And I think that's basically, I think Netflix probably knew that. I think they're trying to get, you know, they want to have both sides of the audience, but I wish they would have just waited to release all of them instead of waiting so long to release these ones. Nevertheless, I'm glad that we have now, you know, we now get to see these ones instead. Of course, next month is Twilight of the Gods, the animated project from Zack and Jay Oliva that I'm looking forward to as well. So that will be next on the list for the Snyderverse. But I just wanted to share my thoughts on the director's cuts of Rebel Moon really quickly. Let me know your thoughts, and yeah, thank you guys so much for support on the channel. Don't forget to check out the links in the description and anything you might have missed recently on the channel, including the short section. See you guys soon.